Daily Broadside, day 399. I heard a fact yesterday afternoon that I find it hard to believe, but it said that polar bears can smell a seal from up to 20 miles away. And I thought to myself, man, imagine if you walked out of your house and you could smell a cheeseburger in the next town. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And I don't know if that's a theoretical position that, you know, theoretically, if there was no other smells in between the seal and the polar bear, it could smell it up to 20 miles away. But, I mean, why would that even be built into the olfactory senses of the polar bear? It doesn't make any sense why you would need to be able to smell food from 20 miles away. Hell, even a mile away. You can imagine walking out of your house and you'd be like, hey, Earl's cooking a pie, you know? It's just weird, you know? If you live in Redsboro and Blueville is 20 miles away, there's got to be a million different things in between you and the food you'd be smelling in the next town to really screw up your nose. And I think I smell a hamburger in the next town, but there's some other things in the way, you know. But more power to them. That's just a weird carnivorous animal right there. And I was under my house yesterday morning looking for a black snake that had escaped me on the exterior of the house and gone into the house. So I was under there crawling around looking for that little bastard. And I'm not anti-black snake. They're good. They eat copperheads. They eat all kinds of stuff that I don't want around my house. But I don't want it in my house. All right. I want it outside the house. So I was going to extract it and throw its ass back out into the yard. Couldn't find it. I don't know what he did. But anyway, he probably, while I was going down into the basement and crawling under there, he probably just slipped back out the outside. But anyway, while I was under there, I got out and, man, my calves were all cramped up, you know. And it occurred to me that, man, I haven't had one of those middle of the night leg cramps in what seems like 2 years, I bet. But, and if you think about it, and I think we all know what we're talking about, where you just wake up in the middle of the night and your legs are all cramped up from God knows why, and it like makes you laugh. It's funny and very painful all at the same time. And to my knowledge, it's the only funny pain there is. Or maybe it's just me. I just laugh when that stuff happens, but it hurts like a son of a bitch. And speaking of sleeping and waking up, it occurred to me a couple days ago that I don't think I've ever done anything illegal in my dreams, which I don't do anything illegal in my real life and when I'm awake, but I don't rob banks or kill people or anything in my sleep that aren't justified reasons to kill people. But, you know, there's no malicious intent in my dreams. And I was like, there you go. That's good. That's a good sign, right? You don't want malicious intent in your dreams. And we got this Bud Light thing that's been going on for the last couple weeks. And let me weigh in real quick. I had a buddy ask me the other day, he's like, man, he's like, why can't we get like gas prices and food prices and all this stuff? Why can't we all just come together and revolt and, you know, have a say and tell them we're not going to take this anymore, you know? And I was like, well, there's too many people. That's the biggest problem with this country, is there's just too many people. 360 million people are never going to get on the same sheet of music with anything, much less commodities like food and gas that we can't live without, generally speaking. But this Bud Light thing, and I'm taking off the table why they did. I don't care who was on the can. It doesn't really matter. That's not the point. I just love the fact that a section of the populace was able to come together without even trying. They all just had the same mentality, and they said, you know what? I'm not going to buy this product anymore. And those bastards lost like $6 or $7 billion in like 2 weeks, which is a pretty good sizable hit. If only that could happen on a grander scale to things that matter, like prescription drug costs or food or gas, you know, just all the things that hell, lumber, like stuff that doesn't need to be as expensive as it is, but they're just gouging because they can and because they're greedy. It was an interesting experiment if you look at it from that standpoint, and I like that part. I like the fact that however many people came together and said, nah, I'll just go drink some Miller Lite. And Bud Light got the rug swept out from under them, you know? And that changes their mindset from a business standpoint. Hey, who are we really marketing to? You know, what are we trying to accomplish here? And let's fire that guy that made that decision. Whether that was right or wrong, I don't know. But again, politics aside, social opinions aside, I think it's cool that that's a perfect example of a boycott that had a significant change and did some damage and made people rethink their folly. Even if it's not the same as, you know, charging $8 a gallon for gas, putting some dude's face on a beer can, whatever. That it's not really the same. The point is, it's capable. We're possibly capable of doing this on a grander scale to kind of force back and fight back the change that we want to see in this world, or this country at least. But I digress. Giddy up.